To another emotional night in St. Helens, where families dealing with the fallout of a growing sex abuse scandal gathered with elected leaders to talk about ways to keep kids safe and hold school district leaders accountable. Alma McCarty was at that town hall. Alma, it is worth reminding our viewers, 7 different educators are now under some form of investigation.
Yeah, David, many folks here are still trying to make sense of what happened, to find out who knew what and for how long, and who should have reported suspicions to the proper authorities sooner, after 2 of those teachers were arrested on sex abuse charges.
We are just getting started.
Momentum builds.
If it wasn't for them coming forward, we wouldn't be here.
As families and community members call for accountability in St. Helens, after what started on social media kicked off an investigation into alleged abuse within the school district.
It was saddening, but also a little bit of a relief knowing that those statements were taken seriously, that something was happening.
Doug Weaver says he made several reports to Safe Oregon after current and former St. Helens High students messaged him after the alumnus posted about an experience with a former coach on TikTok.
I'm getting a lot of credit for the things that are happening right now, but I just want to point out that this is an entire community effort.
Eric Stearns, a choir teacher, and Mark Collins, a retired math teacher, were arrested and charged with sex abuse last week. Since then, the superintendent and the St. Helens High School principal were placed on leave and are being investigated by DHS for failure to report alleged abuse. 2 more staff members are also under state investigation for alleged abuse. And St. Helens Police this week also started investigating a middle school teacher for their conduct towards students.
This culture has somehow gotten passed on from one generation to the next of not reporting and not keeping students safe.
I guess that I'm feeling really disappointed and frustrated, to be honest with you.
That frustration fueling the mayor-elect, Jennifer Massey, to hold this town hall to explore what comes next and what's within their control, like advocating to change the law around mandatory reporting.
I think that there's a gap there. There is no criminal aspect for a mandatory reporter intentionally not reporting, and that is my big concern.
Columbia County leaders and stakeholders committing to enacting changes where they can, like State Senator Suzanne Weber.
You know, we all want our teachers and our leaders to be our heroes. And there are often times when they are not.
Governor Tina Kotek also vowing to escalate the state's engagement within the district and make a recommendation for an interim superintendent if the board does not within 14 days.
I think we're all really thankful that she stepped up to the plate and is paying attention and says, I see you, I hear you, I'm going to do something about it if in fact it's not done.
The St. Helens School Board plans to appoint an acting superintendent at a meeting next week, with the vice chair on Thursday calling the crisis in our school community appalling and saddening. David?
Yeah, Alma McCarty with the latest chapter on the St. Helens saga. Thank you, Alma.